Tampa. Hello, USF. This is the countdown to one of the most important elections in our lifetimes. No matter what's your age, this is going to determine so much about your futures, the futures of our children and grandchildren. The stakes could not be higher. We're going to make the biggest investment in new jobs since World War II. We're going to try to make community college free. We're also going to have apprenticeship programs. I'm going to give a tax credit to any company that is willing to pay a young person while that young person is learning the job at the same time. I want to make it clean and clear, and I particularly want young people with an idea for a small business to feel that they can do it. So I have proposed a moratorium for 3 years on student debt so you can actually get a business off the ground, get it started, make your future. So these rights are not for somebody else. We all know somebody. We all know a woman. We all know somebody in a racial or ethnic minority. We all know a worker or a voter. We all know a gay person. And we all know somebody with a disability. These are our rights. And the kinds of things that you've been hearing from Donald Trump, demeaning, defaming groups of Americans, people who have every right to be respected by someone who wants to be president of the United States, and he stands there and mocks a reporter with a disability, and he calls women pigs, and he calls Mexican immigrants rapists and criminals, and he demeans Muslims and attacks a Gold Star family whose son died in action in Iraq. That's not who we are. His whole campaign has been one long insult to all those who worn the uniform to protect our most cherished American values. And a man who is so wrong about our veterans isn't right to serve as our commander-in-chief. And when it comes to fighting ISIS, he has been all over the map. You would have to literally map it out. He's talked about letting Syria become a free zone for ISIS. Look at the map, Donald. He's talked about sending in American ground troops. Not on my watch. That is not what we are going to do. He's even talked about using nuclear weapons. He's very loose in his talk about nukes. He says he doesn't care if other countries get them, doesn't know why they haven't been used already. I mean, it's so mind-boggling. When I hear these things, I say that can't be true. And then they replay it for me again. He says he has a secret plan to defeat ISIS. But the secret is he has no plan. I want to mention just 3 other threats. One threat here right at home, the epidemic of gun violence. And we have got to have comprehensive background checks, close the gun show loophole, close the online loophole, and the ability of people on the terrorist watch list buying a gun in America. And I want particularly to give the young people of this university, this state, this country, the best shot you can have to be part of the American dream, however you define that. Many of us who came before know that there were barriers in the way. When I was a young woman, there were schools I couldn't go to, jobs I couldn't get, scholarships I wasn't eligible for, just because I was a woman. And a lot of those barriers have been knocked down. For every African American Latino, Asian American, Native American, gay American, you know that barriers have been knocked down, but they're not all down. And we got to make sure they're all gone and that no demagogue can ever bring them back and can ever exploit the fears and insecurities of the American people. So please,